Finding balance is always key to living your best life, but that balance doesn't always mean just finding ways to juggle kids, home, work, dinner, all of those things. Sometimes the balance you need is all within yourself. Motivational speaker BobPaff joins us with today's competitive edge. Good morning.
Good morning.
I think sometimes when people think balance, they think of all the external things going on. How do I do this, that, and the other? But sometimes you just got to start at home.
You do, and I call it PEMS to make it easy to remember. There's the physical, emotional, the mental, and the spiritual aspects of the balance that are, like you said, the dinner, the kids, all those things. It's really unrelated to that in a lot of ways.
All right, well, let's go through those four things and talk about how you find those and what it means. Let's talk with, we'll go down the list. P, we'll start physical. Do you mean you need to be in A+ shape, or you just have to make an effort to? What do you mean?
Well, I have a talk, it's called Playing at the Top of Your Game. And so physical is part of it, Patrice, but you have to find what that means for you. I personally will confess to you right now that I don't like the gym and I don't like to work out, but I know I need to do it because if I don't feel good, how can I be at the top of my game? How can I perform for my family, my employer, my employees, my friends? And
that doesn't always mean you need to walk away from whatever you're doing with a six-pack, you know, set of abs and this, that, or the other. It just means doing the best that you can.
That's absolutely right. I mean, there's no guideline for that. It really is about, and what we talk about every week is really making it about yourself. What's that balance for you? If it's a six-pack abs and you want to push yourself, then that's more of a priority. Maybe the physical is more a priority than the other things. Absolutely true.
All right, so the next one, E, emotional. That's a big one.
It's huge, and so we're not suggesting run off to the therapist, but if that works for you and you need to do that, you need to have that time with yourself, that quiet time, that contemplative time, whether it's reading a book, The Power of Now, something like that we could recommend to folks. It's that emotional quiet time really with yourself.
Is that are you spending that quiet time just getting to know yourself, or just working out some issues, or saying, you know, this is something I need to work on, let me think about this? What do you do in that quiet time?
I really think both. I mean, I really think you have to, again, find out what it is for you, what is that emotional balance, finding the time, being good to yourself. We talked about that on the Valentine's show. You know, love yourself, that's all part of the emotional piece.
Don't use that time to beat up on yourself for things you didn't do or haven't gotten right yet.
Let it go.
Exactly.
Let it go.
Hey, all right. Mental, that's also another big part of the components.
Well, mental comes to not being the super mom or being the super dad, in fairness to the dads that are out there. Not trying to do it all, being realistic, setting realistic expectations, all goes back to the balance. What can I do? What can I do? What do I want to do? A lot of times we say, you know, I have to do this, but I don't really want to do this, Patrice. What do I do with it? Do I give it to you? Do I give it to somebody else? Do I let it go?
And one of the things you were saying, you said you have to psych yourself up to be your best. And sometimes that's really what it is, because you may not feel like that. But if you can psych yourself up, then you'll start playing that out a little more. Is that right?
Absolutely true. I mean, you really, fortunately, and it sounds like you, are folks that maybe hit the ground running first thing in the morning.
Yes.
But everybody's not that way. But you really need to program yourself to try to get that way. Have those positive thoughts. Surround yourself with positive people.
Absolutely.
Surround yourself with people who are going to celebrate you, Patrice. And
like
you
that
celebrate them.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, and the last one, quickly, spiritual.
Well, spiritual,